It is I, Lukey Bazookey, coming to you with another live stream. Got my coffee here. I got Kirby being the foodie today. Because me, I'm a printer by day and a foodie by night. I don't have any food with me right now to eat because I'm busy at work. And I have work to do. A lot of work to do today. In fact, that's why I started my live stream 2 minutes early, so I can go ahead and get started with my work and bring you here to join me. So, first thing I need to do, this job they want to pick up today. I'm almost finished with it. I just need to add some grommets so that they can hang it up, which is weird because it's not really a banner, it's more like a paper poster, but they wanted to go cheap, so they went paper instead of vinyl. Yeah. So, if anybody tunes in, let me know where you're tuning in from. How are you doing today? Hope your day is going all right. It's a Friday. Happy Friday. Weekend mode activated. Only slightly chaotic with me throwing things around. Alright, so let's get this one knocked out. Have another job off of my plate. We've been pretty busy this week. Just kind of got to keep moving from one job to the next. Just keep on moving so that the work doesn't pile up on top of you. Alright, so with this, we'll start with the corners, and then we'll find like the middle points. And then they want the grommets every like 1 or 2 feet, so probably once I put in the middles and the corner, then probably just one more to bridge the gap between those. And that might be enough. We'll see. It was, on the work order, it says like 8 grommets. I know I only mentioned putting in like 5. So we'll see. We'll see how many it actually needs. Hey everybody, how's it going today? Happy Friday, happy Friday. Where are you tuning in from in the world? I think, see, yesterday I had somebody from Brazil. The day before I had somebody from Indonesia. But then I also had people, like, just from right down the road here in America. See, oh, you're in California. Hello, California. Yeah, we had somebody from Colorado in here the other day. I think YouTube is still kind of figuring out who to send my videos to, so it's been all over the place. And I'm lucky to get English speakers in here. So it looks like I'm doing pretty well today. Hello, Hudson, and hello in the name of all. Love it. Hey, I love it too. I'm happy you guys are here, and hopefully we can have a good old time. So what are you guys up to today? Are you at work? You got the day off? Are you at school on your lunch break? Hello from Maryland. I actually watch another YouTube live streamer from Maryland, the Ride Home with Will. But hello, Maryland. I am in Missouri, in South Carolina. Awesome. Oh, nice. Day off going to a barbecue. I'm jealous. What kind of food are they going to have at the barbecue? Any, I don't know, chicken, pork steaks? What's your favorite side at a barbecue? I'm like a, I don't know, gotta have mac and cheese and baked beans. Day off chilling at home. Yeah, you guys are lucky. I am stuck at work. But it's Friday, so this is my last day of the week, so can't complain that much. Baked beans and potato salad, yeah. Potato salad, that's a really good one. There's so many different recipes, and honestly, I like them all. I like to try, you know, this person will bring a potato salad, this person will bring one, and I'll put both of them on my plate just so I can try both ones. So I work at a print shop. I'm currently just here putting grommets into a banner so that they can hang it up. Got a few different miscellaneous jobs going on today. Yeah, while you guys are all having the day off, I'm here having a busy work day. Hello, Ama Kandri. You're off today since you work tomorrow. You work every other Friday. Okay. I guess I work like a Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. And sometimes you love it, sometimes you hate it. I used to work, I used to have like a weekend job, and it sucked working on the weekends. So now I don't work on the weekends, but then you start to realize the issues that come with working during the week because there's other places that are closed on the weekends. So it's kind of, there's always like a give and take. You don't like to play any music. Do you think I should turn on music? I don't know. See, I'm like new to streaming, so I don't know what YouTube's policies are for music. I just didn't want to run into any kind of like copyright issues. I could put on music, I don't mind. You work at a library, it gets annoying. Interesting. What do you think is annoying about working at a library? I can see it might get boring at times, or you might have to clean up other people's messes all the times. Like, people probably show up and just mess up all the books, and then you got to go in and clean it. Hello? Arn... Hold up. I want to be able to pronounce your name. Arnold Faportio. Arnold Fapatio? I'm sorry, I'm totally butchering your name. But hello, welcome to the stream. I am glad you're here. I'm getting a lot of people commenting today. I really appreciate that. Hope you guys are all having a great Friday. Kuwait. Hello from Kuwait. I am in America, the state of Missouri. Hello, welcome in. The entitled patrons. Branch has a lot of kids coming in since there's a school nearby, so it gets busy. Oh, okay. Yeah, now I understand how that would get annoying. Kids are not going to clean up after themselves, and they're just going to be loud. So, hang in there. Stay strong. At least you can relax today. Hello, Ruby Begum. Welcome to the stream. Happy Friday. Hope you're having a good day. I'm just here at work. It's a little busy, but since I got you here to spend time with, it makes it a little bit better. So I appreciate it. Gotta love the new generation. I like what they can bring to the table. What am I doing? I work at a print shop, and this is a big poster that we just printed. It's bigger than it looks because it's like folded over on itself. This thing's like massive. I just finished putting in the last grommet, so now I'm gonna roll it up. We'll call this job finished. This one, they only wanted grommets across the top. But yeah, thank you all for joining me today. I really appreciate you being here. You could be anywhere in the world, but you decided to say hi to me in my live stream. So that's really awesome. I appreciate it. Anybody have some cool weekend plans? I think I'm going to a fish fry for like a birthday. All rolled up. It's much easier to handle rolled up in a tube. And the customer wanted this job today, so that's why this one was one of my priorities. Now I can move on to some other stuff. But since we got this one finished, I'll give you a little bit of a walk through the shop in case you're interested. You can see. Santa Maria, California, just enjoying a vacation, sort of. That sounds nice. How's the weather in California? Here in Missouri, we had a little bit of rain this morning, and now it's getting humid. Temperature's rising. Look back there. That's the little cardboard cutout of the drink Fireball, the little Fireball demon. All right, I'm just gonna bring this to the front, and I'll give you guys a little bit of a tour of the shop. We got all kinds of machines everywhere that do all kinds of different things. Too many to actually go into detail on all of them. There's a big printer that prints like large posters and signs. All right, I'm gonna go quiet because there's people around.
St. Louis.
Oh, it's a small community.
Here's that poster.
Thanks.
Welcome.
I'm taking a video.
Yep.
I'm scared to even talk.
No, it's okay.
If I go out to the county,
See, people get nervous when there's a camera around, so I try not to bother my coworkers with my silly live streams. Water. Stay hydrated. As long as the sun is out, a little bit of wind, not so bad. But if you're sitting in the shade and there's wind, yeah, very cold. But yeah, I hope you enjoy your day. I'm glad I got to take care of that project. What am I going to do next? There's so many things on my plate that it's a little overwhelming sometimes, figuring out what to do next. I think I'll get to these just because they've been sitting right here on the table. I'm gonna grab something from over there. There were boxes on top of the thing that I needed. Alright, so this is going to be pretty easy. This is just a shear. So there's 4 little menu things that are laminated. And I have to leave like a little bit of an edge of lamination, a sealed edge they call it. I wonder if I can give you a better angle from this side. So I just need to slide these through and chop them up. Let's see. So yeah, I have a fish fry to go to this weekend. That's for somebody's birthday. And I've got to drive like an hour away for that. So that's going to end up being like an all-day thing. All right. So with these, I trim off 2 of the sides, and then the other 2 sides I can leave long. Because when I use this, I can only cut 1 at a time. But then once I have like a right angle to work with, then I can use the big cutter and cut multiples at a time. Not that anybody really cares, but I just feel like I need to explain the process. This feels like a tutorial since I'm on camera. But really, I'm just here to hang out. We're just hanging out, having a good time. No pressure, no worries here. Probably live stream for about an hour, and we'll see how it goes. But surprisingly, I'm still fairly new to live streaming, but I wanted to really put in the effort. And this is my 5th day in a row. Need something?
Yeah, I gotta mail this stuff out today, so it's done.
Yeah, it's done. Shrink wrap?
Nah, I can shrink wrap it. This is everything, so with that work order for,
I think so. Yeah, there's three different 5x7.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
No problem. I lost my train of thought. My coworker just asked me something. I have a few I was saying this is my 5th day in a row live streaming. So I'm new to this, and I've always been like a video maker, and throughout my many years of making videos, I've tried to live stream maybe a total of like 3 times, 4 times, and that's like over the course of years. And live streaming just always made me uneasy. I don't know. I never quite felt comfortable because I don't think I'm like entertaining enough to just be able to ramble and have like a running conversation and be able to entertain people. I think I just put too much pressure on myself. I don't really have to be that entertaining. I don't know. We're just trying to hang out. So, basically, just to push my comfort zone a little bit, I really put in the effort. I said if I can just do these 5 days in a row, we'll see how I feel. And yeah, by now, by day 5, it's getting easier. I'm able to talk better without stumbling over my words. I still stumble over my words a lot, and that's probably not going to go away. I don't know. I think I'll work on it, but even I've always had a bit of a... Apparently, when I was younger, I needed to go to like speech therapy because they were like words that I couldn't really pronounce. So now I feel like I have a certain way of talking where sometimes, I don't know, sometimes I talk too slow, sometimes I talk too fast, or I'll try to, and then sometimes I just can't form the sentences that I'm trying to form. All of these reasons for why streaming was difficult for me, but at the end of the day, it's just excuses. It's not like I stopped thinking about it, and you're not going to get better at something without doing it, right? Yeah.
How do I hear it?
The R, that's where there's a letter R that's just to the, I'll show you. Sorry about that. I just had, I guess, a busy day today. People keep needing my attention. I just had another hot job put on my plate. But again, I lost my train of thought. I don't know what I was talking about. I was talking about talking. I know that. I was talking about how I have a difficult time talking sometimes and live streaming or whatever. But it's getting better. And last night I was kind of having to... Okay, well... I am a video maker. I make shorts. I used to make long videos, but there's just not a very good... These days, nobody wants to sit through a long video. So I make shorts. I get much better return on investment making 1-minute videos than I did when I was making like 20-minute videos. So I make shorts. And the shorts that I make are about food. And I was really worried... Since these live streams are new, I was worried that the live streams might affect my food content because it's like I finally feel like I was starting to get somewhere on YouTube. Like I've been doing a YouTube journey since like 2013 or something, since I was a wee youngin'. And it's just never really worked out up until like just last fall. I finally found a niche, and I worked hard, and now I'm happy with the progress I've made.
You know, Karen tells me now, there was a truck that was involved in an accident yesterday on Highway 70, I think it was. The FedEx truck turned over.
Oh wow.
It lost a wheel or something. The wheel ran, hit a car. Ray Hartman was killed.
Ray Hartman?
Yeah.
Who's that?
He was the hotshot. He used to have the newspaper up in U City,
Oh,
up at the Loop.
well, that's not good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'll leave you alone. If you need help, shout.
Yeah, I'll let you know.
And so it's just that white one, the black and white, and then we'll just round the corners off.
Okay.
Thanks, dude.
Busy day at the shop. Alright, well, since I keep losing my train of thought, let's start a new conversation. Oh, I was going to talk about food. I was worried that the live streams were going to mess up my food videos, because my food videos finally started seeing growth. But these live streams aren't exactly the same niche as my food videos. And YouTube algorithm is so funny. It gets confused easily on who to send my content to. So since I was doing live streams where I was like making t-shirts and doing bindery, I used to upload shorts where it was like a variety of content, where I would do like food stuff one day and then work projects the next day. And when I was doing it for shorts, the algorithm did not like that. So that's why the live streams were kind of experimental. I was going to see how it affects my shorts and then go from there. So I finally have results, that's the TLDR. I finally have results. Because last night, I uploaded a short. I went to my Wednesday German restaurant that I always go to, Bevo Mill. I got the Wednesday special, which this time it was meatloaf and mashed potatoes and corn. It was a good meal, and I'm happy with how the video came out too, and happily it actually got more views than some of the previous episodes. So my worries are relieved. I can breathe easy now knowing that I can live stream and it's not going to cause me to lose all the views that I worked so hard to gain. And I would like to find a way to incorporate more food into the live streams. It's just not a good time for me to eat. I wish I could like do a live stream where instead of being here working, I'm like sitting outside eating an apple. That'd be nice. But I got too many things to do to just have a casual break there. So I gotta keep working. So, just out of curiosity, do most of the other YouTube live streamers have music going on in the backgrounds? Because a couple people came in and asked about music. And I've seen other live streams. My buddy... Oh, hold on. My stepmom just texted me about something I was asking her about. I'll read the text message to you. Got you one, 90% lean, $60. I asked my stepmom to see if she could find a 10-pound chub of lean ground beef at Costco. And she found it for $60. $6 a pound, which is cheaper than what I paid for the ground beef at Aldi, which was $7 a pound. So, yeah. Thank you, Cozy. I will be meal prepping for years. So, let me just tell her thank you. I'm going to be just staring right here. All right. I'll just have to remember to send her some cash on Venmo later. I don't have my own Costco membership, which is why I was seeing if she could look out for me. I was procrastinating on doing my meal prep, and I just got around to doing it last night. And every time I meal prep, I procrastinate until it's late in the night, and then it kind of gets to the point where I'm like, well, I kind of have to do it. I can't just like leave the meat sitting in the fridge, or I don't want to throw it in the freezer. So it's like, if I'm gonna do it, I gotta get to it. So then sometimes I end up staying up late just trying to get my meal prep done. Because it's a lot of work. It's not just cooking the food, then you gotta break it down into the containers. You gotta taste test everything, obviously. And if you're like me, you also procrastinate on washing the containers. So you actually start by washing everything, then doing the cooking, then doing the... It's just a lot. But this is my last sheet of these. And we're just cutting 2 of the edges for now. Because 2 of the edges have to be cut 1 sheet at a time. But then for the other 2 edges, I can cut them all stacked together. Alright. And then, we only got about 100 more jobs to do after this one, so goody. Alright, last one. Let's see. Fat stack of laminated papers. So we just did the 2 sides. And that's because now that I have a nice right angle to work with, this machine back here, that's a big like guillotine style cutter that just, whacks down the paper. And since I have a right angle, I can just, jostle these into the corner, and then, they're all gonna line up. So instead of cutting them one at a time, I can cut them all at a time. But I'm gonna leave those sit there for now and circle back to it later. I think I'm just gonna shrink wrap some stuff and bring it to the front real quick so I can clear out my workspace. It's like I cut down a bunch of jobs, but then they're still in the way until I can wrap them up and bring them to the front. There's a lot of steps involved with everything. Alright, now you are inside of my shrink wrapper. Just gonna be Wrapping these up in plastic so they don't go anywhere. Throw another happy Friday out there because got to keep the Friday energy, the good vibes going. To anyone popping in, popping out, hope you're having a good Friday. Me, I'm just tired. 'Cause like I said, I was up late doing my meal prep and it's just busy. We've had a long, busy week. Still busy today. Which sucks on a Friday. You feel like on Fridays you want to have like a little bit of breathing room, or you want to be able to at least like finish your project so that on Monday you can start on a clean slate, not have to be doing a bunch of like catch up. I don't know. We'll as long as not too many more like additional jobs pile up, then I can make like good pace at finishing everything, but it's still early, you know. People are still going to be calling and placing their orders. Still early. Matter of fact, after I shrink wrap these, I should probably move on. My boss just told me there's another hot job that came in today. Somebody wants like an aluminum plaque made, which I actually did one yesterday, so I'm quite familiar with what to do. And you guys could be too. Just watch that recap. Okay. I thought I had more stuff I could shrink wrap, but that's about it. Thank you to the 3 people who left me thumbs up. I appreciate that. I'm gonna grab a 6-inch box. We have boxes ranging from 6 inches to 12 inches. Or I guess technically we have larger and smaller sizes too, but these are pretty standard. A box stapler puts these brackets in the bottom. Quicker than taping it, but we use tape on the top. So this box is for that job. These are for the Paul Mitchell School. Paul Mitchell, the School of Hair Design or something. It's hair something. I don't know if it's hair. It's probably not hair design. Hair styling. Paul Mitchell School of Hair. Happy Friday to anybody scrolling through. Hope you're having a great day. Hope you have a great weekend. Alright, that's all boxed up. We pull one of them out. My tape. Let me find my tape. I think somebody stole it. Tape the box down. Apologize for the noise. And then we just tape one sample to the top so they know what's inside. Oh wait, we're not done yet. One thing. A sticker that says, "We did this." And you're welcome. Alright, so next, let's look at this plaque that we have to do. I think we'll use the small heater for it. It's not plugged in. We have like 3 different heat presses here, different sizes depending on the job. I'll use the small one for this one. But that actually means in a whole week, if you've watched every live stream, then you've seen all 3 of the heat presses in action, because we used the heat press over there for the t-shirts. We used the big heat press yesterday for that metal sign, and we're going to use this smaller heat press today for this small sign. Sign, plaque. It's aluminum. It'll just be a real thin piece of aluminum. And it's going to have like a chess piece or something put on it. Here's the design. I don't know what exactly they're going to do with it. Maybe just hang it on a wall or something. People like aluminum signs these days for, I'll put it in like on the outside of their garage and it's weather resistant. Or like in the basement, like their man cave. A metal signs seem to be the new trend. How's everyone doing today? Happy Friday. Got any weekend plans? Me, I have a cookout to attend. No, a fish fry. Even better than a cookout. I don't know. I assume cod, maybe catfish. I don't know what kind of food's going to be there. It'll be a family thing. I'm just going to show up and hang out and have a good time. Okay. So he said the size for this is 7.5 by 7.5. I hope I have a little scrap piece of scrap material. Otherwise, I'll have to cut down a big sheet. And they want the white aluminum, which is in here, because this is the one I was using yesterday, and I just kind of left it out. And I have these scrap pieces, and this one might be perfect. Yeah, 9 inches that way. 9 by 12. Yeah, we can use this. I mean, this really wouldn't have gotten used. It would have just sat in that box forever, so it's great that we can put it to use. And this will be like the perfect size for it. All right. Let me set the temperature on the heat press. And I know just from doing this yesterday, I need to set it to 390 degrees Fahrenheit. And it's going to have to dwell for, we'll say 50 seconds. It's supposed to only take 45 seconds. It's supposed to take from 40 to 45 seconds. And when I was doing it yesterday at 45 seconds, it wasn't good enough. I had to cook it for longer. So I'm going to cross out where it says 45, put 50 seconds. These things are very sensitive with the timing, with the pressure, with the heat. Because with this process is called dye sublimation. You print it on paper, special type of paper with a special type of ink. Then you transfer it to a special type of substrate with a special type of coating. I think it needs to be like polyester based or something. Basically, the heat of the heat press turns the ink into a gas. And that gas seeps into the polyester coating that's on the substrate. And that is what gives it the color. So that's why it needs like the super precise amount of heat and the amount of timing, so it doesn't like overcook it or undercook it. I mean, I imagine I don't know. It's like cooking. You don't want to burn your food. You don't want to undercook your food. And this is similar. So it's going to take a little bit of time for that to heat up. What will we do in the meantime? I should have turned this on earlier. let's at least see if the temperature's set. It's gonna be, these beeps are loud. I'm gonna scoot you back. All right, it actually wasn't too far off the mark. All right, I have another interesting job to do. This one here got two different components to it. This goes inside of this. This will be the outside, and then it folds. I'm literally making pocket folders. So it'll fold, you'll have a front and a back, it'll open, and then I need to attach a pocket here and a pocket here. So it'll be like a pocket folder like you would use in school to put your notes in. That's what I'm making. That's the kind of stuff I do for work. I mean, it's real practical things that people use on a daily basis, and it's cool that I get to have my hands involved in it. Sometimes it's cool. Sometimes you don't want to be involved. Alright. I'm trying to think of, like, I have things that I can do, but I'm trying to think of things that won't be too loud. Like, I can't really use the cutter. Alright, let's show you a different machine. And these machines are pretty cool, so you might actually like it. They call this the Heidelberg. And these, honestly, not a lot of print shops have these. That's what makes them cool. So it's a real old school style machine where you have an input here and an output here. You put the papers here, and this moves like a windmill where it spins around from side to side, picks up the paper from one side, brings it to the middle, it smacks it with a die, and then it puts it on the output side. Then it goes back down, comes back up. It just keeps on going around like that. Picks up, slaps it, puts it down. And we have a bunch of different dies that we can use. Most recently, I was just using a circular die to make door hangers like this. So to punch a circle, we use this type of machine. But today, instead of punching a circle, I'm going to punch like a rectangle with like an angled edge and a part, like a fold over flat part. I'll show you the shape. Yeah. Here's the shape. So this they call a die. We put this die into the machine, and they slap the die onto the paper, and then it cuts it into a shape. Oh, it cut me too. Cut me into a shape. So I'm gonna take the old die off, put the new one on. See, here's the old one. As you can see, it's just a circle, and that's how we made these. So it just slaps the circle onto the image. Here's something that we've done in the past. We have a die that cuts around this. This is for a university. This is for, you know, their mascot is a hornet, so they wanted flyers in the shape of the mascot. So, yeah, let's put this baby on there. I was confused. It was upside down. I was actually just using this not too long ago, and if I would have known I'd be using it again so soon, I would have left it on there, because we have a different one that I could have used, but I didn't know. I didn't know. Nobody told me. Right. Change the camera angle, because I need to grab something over here. So this will make sense later when I have a visual to show you, but when it comes to die cutting, it can cut and it can score. And I need this to do both of them at the same time. So I have this here, and this makes it to where you put this on the score lines. So it'll cut the lines that don't have this, and it'll score the lines that do have this. So just going to be working inside of here. I don't really have a good angle to show you. I just need to put this inside of that. Well, I use that to measure it, and I put a little marking right here. So I need to cut it at this length. I don't know why I feel like I got to do a tutorial. I just don't really know. It's not a tutorial. I just don't know what to talk about with nobody here talking to me. So I'm just going to explain what I'm doing. Not that it really matters. I'm not explaining it so that it can be replicated. It's just, what else am I going to talk about if not just explaining what I'm doing? All right, so I cut this to length. Now it can go in here. Matter of fact, I'm just going to flip my camera around. I'll show you my perspective. So this could either cut or it can fold. If I put this on here, then it folds. So I cut it to the right size. I run it along there. And I also need to get one for this little edge. So I just kind of put it in there and I press it, and then it puts like a little chip mark in it so I know where to cut it. And then this little doohickey over here cuts it. Hold on, I can't see it. I can't see what I'm doing. Okay, so here's my little marking. Chop that off. And we'll save this for next time. We just need this little piece. Spin the camera around. So this is just going to go right here. Oh, it's a little long. Let me see if I can. All right. And then you peel off the tape. Okay. And then there was a trash can right here. I don't know where it went. I don't want to throw my trash on the ground. No, it got moved to this side. All right. So now that I have those on there, I'm going to turn on the machine. Start spinning. Gonna pull the suction knob. That's what she said. I'm just gonna activate. Drop the safety. I'm just gonna activate it one time. Okay. So what happened was, I'll flip the camera around. The things that I just put on here and on here are now on this side, but you know, exactly opposite from where they would be. So now that it's on here, now I peel off the front, and that is how you score with the Heidelberg. So it'll cut and it'll score at the same time, which is what we want, because I am making pockets for a pocket folder. Here's the design that's going on the pockets. Now we just have to make sure we put the design in the machine the correct way. So I think it needs to start orientated like this, because it's going to pull it into the machine like that, then cut it, and then come out here. Instead of explaining it, I'll just do it. So for the first one, I kind of just need to like guess the positioning, and then we adjust it from there. Because it's not like the design is centered, so it's not like I can take like a step this way or a step that way from the center. It's kind of just, it's a weird one. So I'll just do one and then see where I've got to move it from there. Basically what I'm doing is just locking in the position so the papers don't slide around from side to side. And then I've got this one to keep them from sliding backwards. We'll just go ahead and put the whole stack in here. It's a pretty cool machine, honestly. For an old school machine that still gets used, pretty impressive. Alright, now we will I'll send one of them through, I'll see where the cut marks line up, and we'll work from there. I'll flip the camera around so you can actually watch it in action. So this is pulled, so I'm going to be able to turn the machine on without it actually stealing my paper. So this is the functionality of it without it actually pulling the paper, because I have the suction pull. But I forgot to open up the output so it matches the input, but that's not that big of a deal. So here's what we're left with. I had a piece of paper and it cut this shape out. But not only did it cut the shape, it also left me a score line here and a score line here so that I can fold this. So it gets folded like that. I'm going to put glue on these flaps. And then this is the inside of a pocket for a pocket folder. That's how they're made. Now you know. And I'm just trying to look and see if I like the placement of this. I feel like I would like it if the text was higher up. Because it's kind of lower down. I feel like it would look better if it was centered a little bit. So since this is where it cut out, for me to make the letters more centered, that cut is actually going to need to shift over this way a little bit. So that means I don't actually shift the die, I shift the paper. So the paper actually have to shift the opposite direction. So I got to slide it this way. But just slightly. I mean, it's not too far off of center. I mean, we can even measure it to be more specific if we wanted to. It's about 3/4 of an inch from the bottom, and like 1 1/4 inches from the top. So if we move it over by 1/4 inch, then I'll be damn near perfectly centered. That looks to be about 1/4. Let's try again. Alright, round 2. So here's the second one, and here was the first one. So I like the positioning of the second one better. You can see it's, more centered. Yeah, looks good to me. But there is one thing that I need to check. It does make a difference, like what side of the folder these pockets are going on. If it's going on the left side versus the right side, I need to put the flaps over here or over here. Two pockets. I think I might be getting 2 pockets. Oh, left pocket printed, right pocket blank. So these ones that are printed are going on the left side. So that means the flaps need to be... Let me see if these are on the right side, or the left side. Okay. Actually, I am doing it correctly for it to be on the left side. Yep, we're good. So I can just run this whole stack. So watch this. Now it's just gonna go one sheet at a time. I know it's not the most pleasant sound in the world. It's not the worst sound either. We've got noisier machines than this. Cool thing is we don't have to stand there and watch it. Once it's going, it's going. I'll hear it whenever it shuts off, and I'll know it's finished. Alright, so that probably gave us enough time for the heat press to warm up. Let me check. We're good to go. We are at temperature. So, got the metal. I've got... I only need one of these designs. There are 2 on the sheet, so I'll just cut the other one off. No, I think you guys can probably still hear the other machine. I can hear its end. I assume that maybe you guys can hear it. I need 2 seconds to run in that room. I'll be right back. Alright, that was more like 20 seconds, my bad. I just had to spray this down with some cleaning solution. Alright, it's clean, it's ready. This should be fairly straightforward since we just did it yesterday. Here's the heat press that I'm using. Give you guys a better angle, maybe. I guess that's as good as it gets. It opens up. I'm gonna put this right in the middle. And then the metal goes on top. But wait, the other job's already finished, so let me just turn off the machine. Now we've got a whole stack of these folder pockets that are cut out, but I'm going to set these right here and get back to them later. Do this dye sublimation. Alright, so we got the design. We have our metal right here. And I don't need to make the metal like perfectly aligned on there because it's got crop marks. I'm going to trim it off afterwards. Alright, so I got the metal down. And then apparently all you really need is to put like some just loose sheets of paper on top. And that's mostly because the ink turns into a gas. And you don't really want to mess up the heat source. You don't want to get your heat press all covered in gaseous ink. So you just put some extra paper in there to absorb it, but the heat is going to go right through the paper, no issues. One thing I didn't check was the pressure, but my thoughts, well, the pressure won't really matter for this machine. We're going to drop it down, it's going to stay down there for 50 seconds, we're going to pop it back up, and then fingers crossed it looks good. So one thing with this is you do want to wear gloves whenever you're picking it back up afterwards because it will be hotter than heck. In the meantime, where's my coffee? $20 more seconds. I'm ready for a refill. Dang, we've been live for a whole hour. Hello to anybody watching. Thank you to everybody who left me a thumbs up. Happy Friday, and I wish you all great weekends. I'm not leaving yet, but maybe in like 10 minutes or something. Alright, so that's done. We pop it up, slide that out, pull the metal off, separate the metal from the paper as quick as possible. Then, bam, beautiful, look at that. So let me just put this metal on some metal. This is hot, but this metal's cold. So you kind of just want to put the metal onto a cold surface right away just to get it cooling off. One, so it's easier to handle, and then two, the ink is gonna like keep on burning until you cool it off. And I mean, with this one, they wanted it black anyway, so you can't really overburn black. Black just turns black. But for other ones, it does make a big deal. You don't want it to overburn. But yeah, that turned out really nice. Dye sublimation. It's a really fine method. But now that I have it trimmed, or now that I have it printed, I just got to trim it off a little bit. Trim it to the crop marks.
How you doing,
Hey,
sir?
good. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Oh, you brought us something, didn't you?
Yeah, I had a delivery for you guys coming from Ace of Paper. My first time here, so I didn't know if you had a doc around.
Okay. Yeah. Let me.
Sorry, man.
You're good. Okay, sorry I had to disappear for a second, but I guess I might have to call it a quits. We've been live for an hour and 5 minutes, but I have to help this guy with a delivery, and it's going to require my attention. So we're going to have to end it here. But this was a fun stream. Nice Friday live stream. Hope everyone has a great weekend, and I appreciate you being here to hang out. And we will do this again soon. Maybe over the weekend, but maybe not again until Monday. Either way, thank you for watching. Take care. Have a good weekend. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.